Boom. What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Kyle, not Kevin, coming to you, Comics Elite here. We are week of July 16th. And if you're wondering, wasn't here last week, crazy schedules, mix-ups, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to hear that crap. So we weren't here last week, so I just want to go over a few of the books from last week that I actually liked. So we're going to not do the skip its and mez because there were a lot, but a few of the books here I actually really liked. Transformers 22 is a fantastic issue, still going strong. Couple issues left until we get the new team. So I really hope Daniel Warren Johnson really gets to stick the landing with this. I'm really excited, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next couple issues until we start the new run. So this was very fun last week. Another one, a bit of a controversy. I've had some time to sit on this one. This was Planet Death from Bad Idea. So if you don't know, I do a Friday show with Max and Josh over at the Comic Crusaders channel. Check out Maxfield Von Priestley's channel. Shout out to them. We're there. We do a live show generally every Friday at 9 p.m. And we got to talk about this last week, and it's a very interesting issue. I thought Max was really going to love this issue. He did not. I thought it was okay. And fortunately for Bad Idea, if a book is okay, that puts it above generally everything from Bad Idea. So I actually um, appreciated the issue that was newsprint in black and white better than this colored version. But the art in this is stunning. You can't have anybody talk anything bad about the art. The story, it was okay. I mean, it's very basic. Now I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. From that regard, I really think they might have something here. It's just a little too early to tell, but I will be keeping with it. Usually give series 3 issues until I decide to keep reading or kind of give up on it. So I'm going to give it the 3, but I am cautiously optimistic that Bad Idea may have a good idea with this one with Robert Venditti on the words. So I hope it does better than it kind of stumbled out of the gate a little bit, but I'm kind of cautiously optimistic. So that was a good one. Batman Dark Patterns number 8. Again, a series that has kind of turned itself around. Started off great, fell off a cliff. It's kind of working its way back into this, where people generally see patterns and things that aren't actually there, sort of thing with Batman. It's Batman being a detective, which is fantastic. That's when Batman is at his best. So I am absolutely loving this. The art in this is fantastic compared to Absolute Wonder Woman. It's hard to believe it's the same artist, but it is. Much better in this. It suits the story so well. Seeing Batman completely just lost and confused, and he doesn't know what to do, and he thinks he's losing his mind, and he's spending all this time in this ghetto thinking there's got to be a connection to why this body ended up in a washing machine, and I'm going to find out, even if it kills me, sort of thing. So I really love the detective story in this. It's great. Love the art. So yeah, this is a really fun series right now. I'm really liking this. A meh for me was Fantastic Four number 1. Why we needed a number 1? Because we got a movie coming out. Shocker. This was better than the last Ryan North number 1 of Fantastic Four, as in there's an actual fun story being told here. A great setup in this. Now, of course, he has to put in his little digs of Sue Storm saying she's the leader of the Fantastic Four. Incorrect. She's not. Never will be. Stop trying to make it a thing. It's not a thing. But having all of them stranded in different time periods, but Reed being smart enough to say, hey, we're going to have this piece of stone that will survive throughout time that we can mark our coordinates on. In the case that this happens to us, whomever is the furthest in the future or whatever has the means to be able to go get us, they will know exactly where and when we are in time. That's genius. I love that. I love that premise. Anytime they're stranded and they have to use their wits and all of them are tackling a problem in their own way is fantastic. So I really love the setup in this. I don't think it needed to be a number one, but with a movie coming out, what are you going to do? They got to sell books. So story's good. The beginning of it, I can understand that people are like, you know what? I'm tired of that crap. I get it, but keep reading. There could be a fun story here, so I'm going to keep reading it. So bravo. And then the last one is Conan the Barbarian 22. I mean, what, again, going our Friday shows, what haven't we said about Conan the Barbarian and Jim Zub and everybody at that team at Titan? They're killing it with Conan. They get Conan. They understand Conan. It's awesome. It's fantastic. I love everything they've done. Even when they bring in different artists and stuff, they really find a way to utilize their strengths and to really be able to tell a story. But this one, I mean, it's good. It's not the best Conan, but I really enjoyed the story being told. It's having this, the last issue with them being brought into this town and everybody's like kind of weirdly possessed by something. They're all overly nice and there's no defenses. And then Conan ends up getting captured in this and then being put through like a gladiator match and where you want to see Conan be, and then trying to overcome this obstacle where you think you can't get out. And then of course it's Conan. So he gets out and, you know, a sorceress, of course, is trying to tempt him. And, you know, he's got the male bravado, gets out of it and ends up in another situation. So it's great Conan. If you're not reading this Conan, shame on you. It's fantastic. If you wanted to get into Conan and you're like, oh man, I don't know where to start here. Start with this. Anything done with Titan right now is fantastic. So a big shout out to Conan the Barbarian. Fantastic. So that's it for last week. On to the important stuff for this week. 16th coming out. Going to start with the shit of the week. And the shit of the week, Defective Comics, 1099, Tom Taylor on Batman just doesn't work. I find this series somehow more boring than Ram V on Detective Comics somehow. Seeing Batman teaming up with not Detective Harvey Bullock and Penguin to go after this guy, Ambrosia or MBC, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. I don't care. This guy doesn't feel threatening to me. And having this Elixir series, hopefully this is part 3. I pray to Jesus it's the end of it because it's dumb. I really don't like the team up. I don't like the dialogue. It doesn't feel real. Batman doesn't feel like Batman. This just doesn't. There's no heart to it, and I just feel like it's very paint by numbers with this, and it's very unfortunate. So, yeah, this was not fun for me this week, and it hasn't been fun for a long time. Speaking of not fun, Absolute Flash number 5. I hate doing this to my boy Jeff Lemire because I think he is probably the best writer currently out there right now. You can make that argument. I would make that argument. And I think I would be correct because I'm always correct. So to see him write this and then another book that is going to be one of my top books of the week, and if not top series, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up in my top series of the year by the end of the year because I love it that much. I just feel like there's no heart here. I don't feel like Jeff actually cares about Flash to write Flash. And this series just doesn't feel like Flash, doesn't feel like Wally, doesn't feel, it just feels very rote and boring and safe. And Jeff, I think, works better when it's not safe and when he's able to tell the story he wants to tell. I don't think he's given a lot of leniency here to tell the story he wants to tell. This may be a case of editors coming in saying, here are the parameters, here are the guardrails you can work in, do this. And then it just turns into, I can't be creative, so I'm just going to put something out. And unfortunately, that is this. And I never really liked this Gorilla Grodd little goopity goop thing to sell toys. I don't like that. I don't like any of these characters in here. The art is flat, not exciting. There's nothing in here that gets me to read this. This Molten Man character that they're talking to, it's supposed to set up something. Don't care. I can't get involved into this. I can't get lost into this with these characters. He's not getting me on an emotional level as he can with something else that was coming out this week. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame. But yeah, I am not liking it. Oh Jesus. Dread the Hall H. Look, great cover. This whole book is a series of stories around a comic book convention, i.e. San Diego Comic-Con. And there's an overarching story of one of these fucking doofuses standing there asking a question to a panel. And he's one of those. I just have a quick about when you did this thing, when I saw you guys do this thing and it didn't match up to this thing on this, but and then it's really stupid. It's for the dumb people in the audience. It's for the people in the back who are just lazy and stupid. That's what this book is for. It's a gimmick. It's not fun. It's not a fun gimmick. I was bored. It's way too damn long, and the art is mediocre at best. And then you get a few little chopped up stories in between to help you try not to, die by the end of this book. But yeah, this thing it's unreadable. The Maria Wolf cover is great, but I just this meta commentary bullshit. I can't do it. So vaya con Dios. One World Under Doom, number 2. Keep on rocking in the free world. So Doom is trying to convince people that fascism is great and that he's doing it better than everybody else has in the past somehow. And the way to do it is to get rid of borders. Eliminate borders, not borders books, borders. And somehow that'll make everybody happy. They'll be like, oh, I can go wherever I want. So no countries exist anymore. That will somehow solve all of the problems. And that will show people that Emperor Doom is the bestest ever. Yeah, that's dumb. That's not very Doom-esque. Anybody could poke a hole in it in 5 seconds and say, no, that's idiotic. That doesn't work. So you're an idiot. But there you go. Emperor Doom, everyone. And then he takes away Ben Grimm's powers by the end. Spoiler alert, who cares? No one. We do that again. Get rid of the thing's powers. Oh no, what do we do? Who cares? Yeah. Yeah, that's bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. I had no faith in this. I don't know why I bothered reading it, but I did read it. Ghost Pepper number 1. A chick in a food truck that tries to save the world. I don't get this food obsession. Why food truck people and women have to be the saviors of everything. Let's just stop. And do not need to make it 78 fucking pages long or however long this thing is. It felt like 100. So I just stop. Nobody cares. These people working food trucks, it's not everything is cutesy wootsy and adorable. And well, no, but it's set in a post-apocalyptic world. Don't care. Nobody will care. Your art's mediocre at best. I don't understand this food obsession. I don't get it. And again, it's very manga style. If you're into that manga stuff, bravo. I'm not. But yeah, it's a chick about a food truck, and she saves the world. So you like food trucks and you like ghost peppers, bravo. We're going to talk about this for all of like 3 seconds. Gail Simone, Rebel Moon Nemesis. Didn't watch the show. Don't know shit about it. Don't know shit about fuck, especially this. I was lost, and I don't give a shit. Bring on the bad guys. Abomination #1. I guess this is one of 7 that just tell random stories about these characters. Origin stories, and this is just some random one about Abomination being stuck in Wakanda, going after a well of people. It's like, wait, what? What happened in Wakanda? Why is he here? He's stuck in here, and they're like, you go down to this well, and all these people are dead now, or missing, and you need to find them, and we'll let you go. And he's like, no, you won't. He's like, yes, we will. We promise you. And then of course he does it. Then he betrays them, saying, I knew you weren't going to let me out in the first place. It's like, wait, what is going on here? When is this? Who are you? So it's okay. Some of the mysteries, not bad. The art is actually pretty good. I got to say, the art's actually pretty good in this. Some cool fight scenes. But, The World to Come #2. Oh boy, the thesis somebody was writing in college to talk about this book is going to be legendary, because this thing is such a mess. So many time jumps, so many characters, and then you got clones of characters who are other characters, and let's also rip off the beginning of Wanted at the same time with a character standing up to his boss and doing this. It's just I don't know what's going on in this. I couldn't get my footing in this about the white guy who is now king of Wakanda. I don't get it. The clone stuff in this is very out there. I couldn't get my footing. I was lost. I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan of it. So there's that. Art's great though. So that's something. Another giant size House of M. This one, again, you're putting Kamala Khan in House of M. She has to save the day, fight back against Wanda when she does her thing. Stop trying to make Kamala Khan a thing. Stop trying to ruin these great X-Men stories back when X-Men were X-Men and stories were stories. It's not going to be a thing. Just stop. Nobody cares about Kamala Khan. Nobody will ever care about Kamala Khan. She's not the greatest ever. She's not the bestest ever. She's not the savior of everything. Yeah, that's it. Rant done. But yeah, it's just like all of the others. Let's go in and ruin all of these stories, and by putting in a character that nobody likes. So there you go. Congratulations. Death of Silver Surfer #2. Awesome cover. Awesome cover. Can't judge a book by its cover, because that cover is awesome. This story is stupid. I don't know what they're trying to do here as far as the Silver Surfer character and what they're trying to portray him as, because he's come to Earth. This female, strongest, bestest ever, is tasked with killing Silver Surfer. And we thought she did in the last issue, but didn't. And now he's out trying to help kids. And then cops show up. Silver Surfer is surrounded by kids. These cops open fire on Silver Surfer surrounded by kids. They just decide to start shooting at him. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense. As somebody who was a former law enforcement officer, that would make perfect sense. I would be totally in the right to just start shooting at a bunch of innocent kids, but to go after this guy who's literally not doing anything. So that tracks. Yeah, this thing is a mess. And on the other hand, you have this group of people that are trying to go after this source of unlimited power with Galactus. and nothing really has come from that. So yeah, I don't understand. A kid just throws an apple at a cop. It's like, oh, let me start shooting my gun at you now. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. All right. Love Silver Surfer, great character, but him just going around helping, kids get things out of trees. This ends tonight number 1. I don't know what I expected of this, but it does have Jay Lee interiors. So there is that. I love Jay Lee. We don't really get him on interiors that much. So it's kind of exciting to see. The backgrounds are very bland, unfortunately, because it's supposed to take place in Vegas. I don't know if this doesn't scream Vegas to you, but it doesn't scream Vegas to me. This doesn't look like Las Vegas. So there's a problem there. On the other hand, these two characters are incredibly insufferable, and I just couldn't get into it. One of them, they're supposed to be sisters going out to party in Vegas, and then it turns out that one of them is adopted and a secret society of something. So I don't know what they're trying to do here, but I didn't really appreciate the characters in this story. They weren't written particularly well, very forgettable. Again, another very long book. They're very long books this week. Sometimes less is more. But yeah, I did really like the Jay Lee art. I like the Jay Lee cover, of course, but man, waste of Jay Lee art. It's unfortunate because do I even want to talk about this book? Blunder Woman 23, still Tom King, still with this rat mouse person. And then there's a mouse world where people only say the same phrase over and over and over again. And it's then Wonder Woman having to come in and save the day from these oppressed people and this oppressed little girl who is stuck in this mouse world where they only say the same phrase over and over and over and over and over. I don't care what Tom King is trying to say. He's trying to be very profound and very deep, but he's just a dipshit. So I don't get the point here. He needs to stop. It's like, look, just stop. You think you're a writer. You think you're profound. You're not. Just stop. Take a break. Go away for a very long time and potentially make a comeback doing something else. But yeah, you can't write Wonder Woman at all. So I Mouse Man knows and mice have ears. Those are the I forgot because it's so great. My mind just completely lost it because it's so deep. So yeah, then it's Wonder Woman wanting to save these people because they're oppressed and they keep getting beat up by cops because of course that's what you do in every situation. All cops are bad. So yeah, this thing's a piece of shit. All right. Now on to some good stuff. This is going to be very divisive. It's Absolute Batman number 10. There's a key. It's key. The key jinglers out there. This is now we get the full introduction of Killer Croc in this universe. So Batman has been captured by a company that has created Bane, and he's put through this tests and gauntlet. He's trying to get broken down psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And there is some fun, wacky, goofy things in here of him breaking out of his cell and what he does to get out. And it's all like a test. And they're like, okay, he passed this. Okay, he's going to get the shit kicked out of him by Bane. And we're going to fix him up and keep torturing him. And then he'll find his way out again. And that's kind of the point, to see how have we broken him enough yet, because Bane was kind of their test subject and he was able to run this gauntlet and whatever. And turn into this ultimate killing machine, and they're going to try to do the same to Bruce. And some of that is goofy, stupid fun. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of going with this because some of these scenes and what he does to get out is hilarious. It is downright hysterical. But then you get introduced to Killer Croc, and I'm like, wait, so they're testing on other things, and then you get Poison Ivy, and then I think you get Clayface, or maybe or an allusion to them. Like, but like it's a character that is testing these subjects and putting them through these things, and I don't know what the point of it is yet, but it's goofy, kooky, stupid fun, but it's really stupid at the same time. Like, it's a weird one this week. People will either really like this or really hate it, and I don't mind either one. That's why I'm putting it right in the middle this week. So, man of the week, here is this one. It got me. Superman Unlimited #3. This is clearly written right now for the James Gunn Superman movie because it says Superman Fun featuring Krypto here. No, Krypto is 99% of this damn book. So if you're a fan of Krypto, if you like the dog, if you like dogs and being goofy, this is your book because Superman's a background character in this one. It is all just him growing up with Krypto throughout the years and Krypto saving the day from Toyman and being important and how great Krypto is and isn't Krypto great and oh my God, it's a dog. If you like that crap, sure. The art's good. Again, it's Superman in the background with Krypto fighting Toyman also. So it'll plug at your heartstrings. It's going to tug at him a little bit by the end, and you're supposed to feel something. I didn't, but if you do, it's cheap. It's a cheap gimmick, just like James Gunn does. It's a cheap gimmick to put a dog in there and hurt a dog because it's going to get you to like them automatically. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's a meh. Kind of a shocker that I thought was not bad as far as this character goes, but this is Gojira Destroys the Marvel Universe. I think that's what the title is, #1. Yeah, the art in this is actually not bad. Yep. Yeah, Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. Terry Duggan writing. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate this. Some of it I did. But some of it, again, like another book with Abomination, Wakanda, Vibranium, it's kind of a thing. In this, it's like there's been some super secret mole man drilling into finding vibranium, but it's a special vibranium. And with that, it pisses off Godzilla and it wakes up a Celestial. And then it's Godzilla fighting a Celestial, which, I mean, it's pretty badass. It's like, okay, cool. Then you get the Fantastic Four. Then, you have them being the Fantastic Four. So I kind of like that. So there were aspects of this book I actually really liked. But there was just, I don't know, there's something about it. Some lines of dialogue that the Fantastic Four were saying that it felt a little off for me. And I know they can be off in these kind of tie-ins, and they're not supposed to really be themselves. But I kind of need that verisimilitude when it comes to the Fantastic Four and some other things. And I'm like, no, these are kind of staples. Like they kind of need to stay the same. These are kind of just truisms. And when you kind of mess with that, it can kind of seem a little off. But other than that, art's fun, story's kind of goofy and fun. But as far as recent Godzilla goes, it's actually not bad. So squeaked it by with a meh. Could have been a recommend. It was almost kind of teetering there. Oh, boy. Oh, Red Sonja Noir, #1. It's been a minute since I've read Red Sonja because Red Sonja has been absolute garbage for a while. Every now and again, the broken clock is right. And this one, the clock almost started working. I was kind of with it. But then they insert some stuff in here with Red Sonja, and this lesbian lover, and I'm just like, okay. And character was kind of acting like herself, but she didn't have that edge. I really like Red Sonja when she has an edge, when she is confident and a badass, and people come to her in a bar and they're like, "Hey, I had this happen to me, and I need you to get me out of a jam." And that I really like that setup. That's kind of tried and true. Same thing with Conan. It's like you have that, but when she's sitting up on a chair and she's holding her legs together and she's like, "Oh, how can I help you?" And she has a partner in this, and he's a total fucking doofus because it's a man. Of course he is. Um, I just you had me. The art in this is great. I mean, there's some really great panels in this. Some really great art as far as Red Sonja, but there are times where her face, ooh, yikes. And other times she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, like she should be. So it is just a roller coaster of a story, a roller coaster with art. So I had to give it a meh because there were parts I liked, parts I really didn't like, then parts I'm like, okay, I kind of get, okay, I'm back with you, and then it's like, no, you lost me again. So as far as recent, it's better than most, but I'm still missing that je ne sais quoi quality to Red Sonja. She needs her edge back. But yeah, so that's that. Now, the top of the week. I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna save the best for last. G.I. Joe number 9 was good. Baroness, this story with her on the run in Paris is good. I kind of want it to just kind of move on at this point. It's like, okay, she's not all of the G.I. Joes. Like, who gives a shit? Just kind of get her going. And by the end of this, it's like, okay, we have something here. We got a classic fun way to hopefully get the plot kind of moving a little more quickly. So I like that aspect of it. I thought it ended well as far as this issue is concerned. So I like that. This art does not do these females any justice, because I've seen her drawn like she's drop dead gorgeous, and in this, she's drawn like she's drop dead. I don't know what to make of this sometimes. It's very, very odd art, but I did appreciate the end of this. I like where it's going. I like the tie-in with the Transformers. Any chance they get to throw that in there, I'm with you on that. So I like that aspect of it. But as far as these Skybound books go, and as far as G.I. Joe and Transformers and all that stuff, this is better than a lot of stuff out there right now. So that gets a pass in my book. It was a fun, quick read. So I like that. Next, Predator versus Spider-Man, number 4. This was the end of this one. It was a 4-issue sort of thing, and I like the homage cover. It's cute. It's fun seeing the Predators fight Spider-Man, and then you have Kraven the Hunter hunting the Predators at the same time. I love that, and seeing Kraven fighting a Predator on a rooftop is basically all I could ask for. And you get it. I mean, I want to show you that, but that's going to spoil it. But there's some really good fights in this. Oh, that's badass. I mean, seeing Kraven fight and beat the shit out of a Predator. I mean, come on. What else do you need? This was a fun way to end it. Just a fun, stupid story, and I had a great time reading it. So that gets a pass for me this week. Catacomb of Torment. Now, you may be thinking, a what? There is Not all the stories in this are good, but the first story in this, the first story in this, I was dying laughing. So think of any SJW, just ultra left douchebag piece of shit that is just so obnoxious, and picture a stand-up comedian saying stuff about voodoo dolls and then being like, that's racist. They're distorted and weaponized by the colonial patriarchy to dismiss black culture. Shame on you. And then it's just white chick and this black guy and this couple. And that is what they do this whole time. And then they're like, stop gaslighting me. You're doing this. I don't know. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. That is just this whole issue. And I'm like, oh, please God, kill both of them. And they do. And it is fan-friggin-tastic. So that enough for me was just like, yep, had fun. I love seeing these two die. So that to me, automatic pick right there for in the top books of the week. So the other two stories in this are, there's another one about people being on somebody else's land, bullshit, and it's just like, I get it. I can't go with you on that. And the last one is about a chef that makes mushrooms, and weirdly enough, it is just like season 1 of the show Hannibal on NBC, fantastic series with Mads Mikkelsen, of a guy that doesn't kill people but plants them and then has mushrooms grow around them. And then, he's like, no, the mushrooms talk to each other and they communicate and they have a whole system. And basically that, but in here, and with an ending that I didn't really understand what the point of it was. And I was like, huh? So those other ones suck. The first story in this is absolutely friggin' hysterical. So I recommend you just read that. So pick. Next one. Speaking of Robin and Batman, Jason Todd, number 2. This is another, it's a key. It's a full appearance of the villain in this, but this is Jeff Lemire, and this is Jeff Lemire done right. The dialogue that Bruce has with Alfred about Jason is some of the best dialogue ever written in comic books. And when you have the titular, like, okay, let's bring in Dick here to try to talk to Jason, and maybe, as Robins, they can kind of communicate together and, kind of have that bond, and Batman trying to do anything he can to salvage this relationship with Jason. And he's just a guy that it's just like, I don't know what to do with him. Did I go too far? I think I need to give up. What does that mean, giving up on him? Like, on Batman, I don't give up, but I may have to give up. And it's Alfred being like, yeah, you might, can't win them all, kid. So then he calls in Dick, and then they go, it's he and Jason kind of patrolling together, and it's, them kicking ass and then sitting on the rooftop and them having their talk. And it's great talk. It's great dialogue. It's Jeff Lemire done right when he has the ability to tell the story he wants to tell and have that heart. He does it better than anybody. And he understands these characters on an emotional level that, like, I don't think it's very rarely seen this day and age. And I really, really respect that, and I appreciate it. So I have to give this the highest of praise. So almost the pick of the week, but something else was a little more fun. This is fun, just in a different way. But no, this is absolutely fantastic. This has the chance to go down as, the series of the year. Almost. I hope it does. Please, God. But don't know. But the pick of the week, Battle Beast number 3, hands down. Again, tip of the cap. This thing is just downright awesome, badass, fun, from start to finish. I can't say enough about this. This was the first book I read because I couldn't help myself. I had to read it first thing. I was like, it hit the stack. I'm like, nope, popping it in. I'm reading it, and I was grinning from ear to ear with this because I can't get enough of this character just being an ultimate badass and having an AI computer in a spaceship trying to kill him. And the dialogue he has with this computer, the computer being like, look, I know you're going to kill me. You know I hate you. You know I'm trying to kill you. So you think I'm going to put you in a situation where I want you to get out of it. I'm not. I'm going to put you in a situation to where I hope you die. And then you don't. And then it's like, please don't kill me now. I'm back. Like, I'll keep trying. I swear, I'll keep trying to kill you. And then you have this little Gleep Glop on the ship that is trying to explain also to Battle Beast, like, no, I was ingested into this creature that was locked up. I know the creature that locked this creature up. So if you want to be tested, this character is the one you need to be fighting. So then they go back to this creature's home planet, and the Gleep Glop's like, oh, I'm so excited to see my home planet. It's been so long. And shenanigans ensue. And then how this issue ends is just like, bring it on. The cliffhangers that they're able to write, that Kirkman is able to put in here, is top notch. It's perfect storytelling as far as ending on a cliffhanger that you want to be ended on. And it's like, I have to read the next issue. That is Battle Beast in a nutshell. So had a great time with this. And I want to bring this back up. The art in this, I absolutely love this paint style that they're doing in Robin and Batman. I can't get enough of this. This is absolutely this watercolor. So shout out to this artist. Doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. Dustin Nguyen. Yeah, fantastic art in this. Stunning. Sorry, I said to bring that back up. So anyway, that's it for the comics that I read this week. There were a few others that came out that I did not get a chance to read, so I apologize for that. But that is what I read this week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters, and be on the lookout. Shameless plug. Seeds of Evil, the book that I created and wrote, should be dropping on Kickstarter. Hopefully, beginning of August is what we're looking at to start the Kickstarter for issue 1. Again, the previews are still up on the website if you want to get the preview ash cans, the first few pages of that. You guys can get a sort of the feel for the horror that I'm kind of going for, the A24 gritty Robert Eggers type of storytelling that I kind of was trying to convey in this issue, but then it ramps up at the end. So you do not want to miss out on this series. It is issue 1 of a 6-issue horror anthology taking place all in Indiana based on historical events that took place, but it is my fun horror twist to them. So be on the lookout for that. I will be putting stuff up on my Instagram. Follow me on there. And so thank you all for that. Shameless plug, I know. But that's it for this week. Buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters, and I will see you